At the beginning of episode 38, Alex's grandfather asks Drake, "Who are you to interfere in my family matters and come here to die?" Hearing this, Drake attacks Alex's grandfather, but the grandfather easily counters the attack. Drake then says, "Even if you are powerful, I will definitely help Michelle today." To this, Alex's grandfather asks, "What are you here for?" Hearing this, Drake replies, "I am not here to cause trouble. I was called here to help resolve your family matters." At the same time, a man named Mark, who belongs to David's family, arrives. Mark greets Alex's grandfather and says, "Uncle, I am meeting you after a long time. How have you been?" Alex's grandfather responds, "I am fine, but I have only seen and heard wrong things happening here." Just then, Alex's maternal grandfather tells Mark, "You should apologize for trying to harm Alex." Hearing this, Mark says, "The past is the past, but you should not have come here." To this, Alex's grandfather replies, "Should I not even seek justice?" Drake then says to Alex's grandfather, "David is very powerful, so your grandson cannot harm him." Alex's grandfather replies, "Dogs can only bark. They cannot do anything." Hearing this, Drake laughs and says, "Today, the entire kingdom will see how I kill you." Alex's grandfather responds, "Your strength is not enough to fight me." Drake then says, "Today I will take revenge for David's mother's death." After this, Drake uses his powers to summon his spirit bottle. Seeing this, Alex's grandfather says, "You vile creature, you've come here to die." Drake then uses his spirit bottle to summon many knives and attacks Alex's grandfather. But Alex's grandfather uses the legendary Black Hand formation to neutralize the knife attack. After this, Drake summons lava from his spirit bottle and throws it at Alex's grandfather, but the grandfather easily neutralizes that attack too. Seeing this, Drake is shocked, and Alex's grandfather says, "You are still very weak." Alex's grandfather then creates a formation and severely injures Drake, which frightens him, and he runs back to his palace. But Alex's grandfather follows him and says, "Do you think I won't kill you just because you've returned to your palace?" Hearing this, Drake orders his soldiers to stop Alex's grandfather, but the soldiers lack the courage to act. Alex's grandfather then tells Drake, "You are a disgrace to your family and unfit to be king." After this, Alex's grandfather uses his spirit sword and bow to completely destroy the palace. Seeing this, the soldiers carry Drake away from there. Just then, we see a girl hiding and watching Alex's grandfather. At the same time, Mark arrives with his master, Bill. Bill then says to Alex's grandfather, "Instead of seeking revenge, focus on your cultivation because you can achieve great things. You can even become my assistant and learn." Hearing this, Alex's grandfather replies, "Your techniques are excellent, so why don't you become my servant instead?" Bill becomes very angry upon hearing this and creates a shield around them to trap Alex's grandfather. Bill then sends Mark away. Seeing this, Alex's grandfather says, "I am not a coward like you who would run away in fear." Bill then starts attacking Alex's grandfather, who defends himself. Seeing this, Bill uses his extreme freeze technique, but Alex's grandfather evades it and binds Bill with his spirit chain. However, Bill breaks the spirit chain and summons a pagoda trap to imprison Alex's grandfather. Alex's grandfather attacks the pagoda, but his attacks have no effect. Bill then uses his powers to trap Alex's grandfather inside the pagoda, but from inside the trap, Alex's grandfather uses a combination of black and white power formation to break out of the trap. Seeing this, Bill says, "You lost one hand on that mountain, so how are you able to fight me now?" Alex's grandfather then attacks Bill with the streamlined beast technique. Bill tries to block it with his shield. At that moment, Alex's grandfather kicks Bill hard, making him furious. Bill then transforms into his spider power blood beast form and uses venom against Alex's grandfather. But the grandfather evades it, and Daihatsu uses the golden eagle technique on Bill, which destroys him in a single attack. Suddenly, Bill throws his poisonous needle at Alex's grandfather, but the hidden girl saves him. Seeing this, Bill attacks the girl, but Alex's grandfather intervenes. Bill captures Alex's grandfather and tries to bring him close to his mouth to kill him. Alex's grandfather then uses a massive black hand and black power formation to destroy Bill's beast form. Afterward, the hidden girl approaches Alex's grandfather and reveals that her name is Nanny. She used to take care of Alex, but after Alex's family left, she got stuck here. She asked to accompany Alex's grandfather so they can find Alex and his parents together. Alex's grandfather warns her, "The journey will be filled with hardships. Can you face them?" Nanny responds, "I am willing to do anything to serve you." Just then they hear Bill's voice. He has returned in another spirit form. Meanwhile, Alex is worried about his grandfather and asks God Lu to send him to his grandfather. God Lu opens a teleportation channel and tells Alex, "I can send you to your destination, but you must find your grandfather on your own." Through teleportation, Alex reaches a place, but God Lu does not allow Cham to go with him because Cham is slightly unwell. Upon arriving, Alex's treasure tells him, "A treasure is hidden here. If you help me obtain it, I will help you in return." But Alex replies, "I will search for the treasure later because I need to find my grandfather first." And with this, the episode ends.